Hi everyone, this is John Bonet, and this is my Great Leader presentation. The person I chose to interview was a man by the name of Jorge Rodriguez. And Jorge is actually one of my dad's childhood best friends. They grew up in Mexico together. I'm actually half Mexican, believe it or not, but so they grew up in Mexico together, and my dad and all his other friends were in college, and Jorge was just like kind of a hangout guy. And one day they told him, look, if you're going to be around us all the time, hanging out, going to these parties, you got to start going to school. So he got into school, got into a dental program, ended up being an entrepreneur, moving out to San Diego, and starting his own retainer manufacturing. And just started in his garage. Now he's, about to retire on the house down in Mexico on the beach. So very successful, great guy, positive, always got a smile on his face, just a real inspiration, great example. I totally see this guy as a leader because he sets the way for how I want to be later in life. But so I asked him, what he thought his definition of leadership would be, and well, for most of the questions, English being a second language is, I kind of had to interpret him a little bit, but he basically just said his definition of leadership is when someone shows the way. And I guess I pretty much agree with that one. I mean, someone leads, then they're showing you the way, and it's kind of like that with inspiration or setting an example. And so then I asked him if he thought interpersonal skills were important, or how important they are in being a leader. And he said very important, because you have to be able to talk to people. And he talked about how he has to talk with the people working for him, he has to talk with clients, he has to talk with all kinds of people. And if you can't communicate, get your message across, become like on a good basis with these people, that you won't be successful. And so then I asked him what are some of his good leadership characteristics, and he said basically just being motivated, he's a hard worker, and that he's always looking at things in a positive light, so like a good attitude. And which I thought was pretty spot on. So then I asked him what are some of the challenges of being a leader, and he was kind of searching on this one, but he said dealing with people that he may not always like or agree with or like to deal with, like tax people and such like that. But he said like before, maintaining a positive attitude and just getting through it. And he also said, he works a lot of long hours or unexpected obstacles, like employees calling in or what have you, just mishaps that happen. But I mean, that's pretty general for most anyone, I think. But a leader, I imagine it's a lot harder of a load when, all the pressure's on you. And then I asked him, who does he see as a great leader? And he really didn't have a whole lot to say. He didn't really have any concrete examples. Finally, after a little more questioning, I asked him, just any kind of person in general. He said the president. And so I asked him, why would he see the president as a great leader? And he basically said all the pressure he has to deal with, all that responsibility, all the hard, work and thinking and planning, and just all the people he has to deal with. And basically, some of the same things that he said about himself in a way. But and that covers the rubric questions. But I also asked him, because he came from Mexico, had to learn English, had to work out of his garage, and I just asked him, what kept you going? What was the some of the things that kept the ball rolling, snowballed you into being a successful person? And pretty much he said, he wanted to provide a good life for his family, and he also held on to his goals and visions of retiring on the beach in Mexico. And As you look at that, you know, here in a few years he's going to sell his business, move down there, buy this great house with the, you know, just whole neighborhood of big houses and live the life. So hope you guys enjoyed my presentation, and see you guys later. Thank you.